Hi, Sandra here from Create in Spain, and this morning I'm using my iPad Pro, the 9.7-inch version, and my Apple Pencil to do a little bit of lettering. I find Procreate is brilliant for lettering. I use concepts for design drawing, I use shortcuts a lot for cut files and things, but Procreate is the one that I go to for calligraphy work. So I have my page here, and as you can see there's no colour in my page, and that's because when I went to the layers I have a background colour here which you can select. So you could have a background in, I don't know, maybe orange or something, but you will only get that if it's switched on. If it's switched off, then you'll get a transparent background. So I've got mine switched off because I tend to work with transparent backgrounds. I just find transparent background useful. The other thing that's useful about it, if you have the transparent background, you find, although you may not be able to see it from the camera's point of view, there are grids on here that you can follow if you need to put any straight lines in. So that's quite handy too. The other thing with Procreate is if you do a straight line, if for example I do a line like that, and I keep holding on to it, it will turn into a straight line. Okay, so that's a useful thing to know. But I don't want a straight line at the moment. I want a curved line. Something like that will do fine. Now, because I've got that line as a guide, I want to put another layer in. So just tap for another layer. And now I want to pencil in my letters. And the whole idea of doing this, whoops, sorry, I've got a shortcut on the corner here, is just so that you can get the letters as you want them, and you can check your spacing. It should be, that's a long letter, it should be an O. You can check your spacing and check that you've got everything where you want it to be, or that you don't run out of room, which obviously I'm going to do at the moment on this particular one. This is a test, so I'm not too bothered. Okay, so we have that. If I'm really bothered, what I can do is I can go back to my layer and I can delete that one, and I could, if I wanted to, put in another line underneath. So I have this at the moment as my current layer. I want to put another layer in so that I can actually do a pen over this. But maybe I want to make this slightly more transparent, so all I need to do is tap on this layer, tap on the letter N, and I get a menu up, and I can make this fade down so that it is less conspicuous, but it's still there for tracing. Okay. Now I want to put in some lettering. So I want to change my pen or my brush, whichever you like to call it. Now I've got a section called Calligraphy, and I'm just going to use the standard calligraphy pen that comes with Procreate. But I've altered my settings, and the best way of getting to know the settings and what they do is to play. So I'm going to go over my letters. And there we are. Now the thing with doing this is sometimes you will like the result that you get and other times you won't, but you can always undo whatever you have done. Okay, and the other thing is, at the moment I haven't got anything on my hand, and my hand is quite warm, so it's a bit tacky. If you find that, the best thing you can do is wear a glove on your hand. During winter I frequently do anyway because my hands get cold. But I generally don't in the summer. But if I was doing this for a proper project, then I would wear a glove, and then my hand won't sort of catch on the screen as much. So there we've got my lettering now, and it looks pretty boring. But what I can do, you see, now I didn't put my lettering on a different layer, so I made a mistake there. Okay, let's go and undo all this. Okay, another layer. Right, now I can do my lettering. I don't know. There we go. So we have the letters. As I said, it looks pretty boring. But what I can do is I can take away this layer, swipe to the left, and I can delete the old layer. So now I just have my lettering there. Now here comes some fun bits. 2 fingers swipe to the right. And if you notice, this goes to a checkered background. What I can do now, I can go into my brushes and I can go to numerous things. Let me see, what have I got here? Let's see, painting. Okay, I've got a water brush. Change the colour of this to something brighter, for that maybe. Okay, and now if I use my water brush and go over this, hey, see? It's masked it off so that only those letters are going to be painted on. The rest of it isn't going to be painted on at all. So now I change this to another colour and a different brush. Come on. Now let me see, I've got something called spray paints. Now spray paints are great fun. I make some of my own, well I make my own brushes, but that's a different video. And you can have all sorts of things. Now you can make these things bigger, you can make them smaller, and you just want to play with this and enjoy yourself, go nuts, go mad. Now let's choose another colour. I think I'll go for something like that, that'd be fun. And a different brush again. Ooh, choices, choices. I've got some shapes here somewhere. Objects. Where have I got it? Okay, I'm looking for some, I've got some normal sort of stars somewhere. Can't find it. Where have I put my stars? It's not under airbrushing, it's not under textures, I know that much. Must be under spray paints. Ah, there we go, stars. Okay. And so yeah, you get the idea. You can have a whale of a good time doing this. Now once you've got your lettering as you want it, what you want to do is add another layer. Now I'm going to go back into here, and under my objects, you might have spotted it before, I've got these hearts that I created, and these are great fun. And I want to change the colour. What colour am I going to go for? Oh, I think I might go for red this time. Something red. Yeah, deep red, why not? And I'm just going to go, oop, I've obviously got the wrong thing, haven't I? I wasn't on the right one. There we go. I want, come on, come off. There we go. I've got these hearts. Now what I can do, because they are on a separate layer, you see, I can select these and I can move them wherever I want them to move, or I could just delete them, I can redo them. Now again, you can have it so that your hearts rotate or not rotate, you can vary the gap between, all sorts of things. It's great fun. Right, but at the moment these hearts are on top of my lettering. So I just tapped the positioning arrow or the transform arrow to switch that off, by the way. So these are on top of my lettering, which isn't exactly what I want them to be. I want them to be underneath. So go into my layers and tap and hold that layer and slide it underneath the other one. And you can see that it's now slid. And if I select it, you see, there we are, it's movable, and I can twist it and turn it to put it wherever I want it to go. So that's how you do that. So tap back on that arrow. Those letters are now on top of the hearts. Now to do another layer, what I can do when I have this layer on is I can go back to my brushes, and this particular time I think I'll go for, let me see, the paints maybe, and go for a water brush, and I'm going to do a little bit of shadowing underneath these letters. And what I want to do when I've got my layer selected is I want to check that my little shadows are underneath the wording but on top of the hearts, which they are. So I've got my shadows in. And there we go, that's how I do my lettering.